Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This is episode 5 of our Manor Lords playthrough. If you guys are new to this series, don't worry about it. We're going to go through a quick recap, let you guys know where we're at, everything that we've done, and then we're going to get into the video. If you've missed the earlier episodes, feel free to check out the playlist. You can find it at the end of the video or on my channel page, and feel free to check out some of the other series that I got going on. Consider subscribing and leaving a like and a comment so you can stay up to date on all these fun series. So let's go ahead and get into it. This is our lovely little town of Immenruth. You can see that we have a nice core of level 3 burgages, and then we've got some level 2s kind of around that, and then we've got some level 1s a little bit further out. We're going to continue to expand this town kind of around our church and our little market, maybe kind of bringing it down in here and maybe crossing the road over here. So that'll be really good. We've also got a nice kind of like a wood area going on over here. We've got our logging camp. We've got a woodcutter's lodge. We've got our charcoal kiln, which is actually starting to work. So we got 37 charcoal going. We also have, another woodcutter's lodge up here. A couple mines. Actually looks like this one is out of materials. So we can just go ahead and remove that family from there. Maybe we'll just transfer them over here, get the iron mining going. Because we've actually got, got 44 clay, not terrible. Almost all of that has been turned into roof tiles. We've got a little sheep area over here. Currently we've got 12 sheep, which is great. Producing a decent amount of wool. We got 19 wool that's being turned into yarn. It's kind of our little clothing area right there. We've got a tannery over there, a weaver's workshop. And then if we come over here, we've got a little farming area set up. So we got a little storage. We've got an oven, a windmill, and a malt house, which is great. Okay, so what are we going to work on today? Well, the first thing that I wanted to do, I wanted to give a big thank you to Rudy Opterbeck, one of the longtime channel subscribers, for leaving a great comment pointing out that I should probably put in a few more, where are they? A few more wells. And the reason being actually makes a ton of sense. He points out that the people are probably walking kind of all over the place to get things like water. So why don't we add one there? And then let's see where our underground water is. Yeah, I would love to add one over here, but I guess I could add one over here. It's not bad. Maybe I'll put one right there, just to kind of give them a few more options for where to go for the water. That would be good. And then if I remember correctly, it looks like the bodies are gone. So did they actually get picked up here, or did they just disappear when I loaded the game? Not sure. It could easily be either of the two options, but that's okay. Okay, so if we come up here to our little town center, I think what we should probably start to think about doing is just getting a little bit more production going with some more interesting materials. So for instance, if we build a blacksmith shop, they can build spears, sidearms, and tools. So we're probably going to want a couple of those. I also think a tailor's workshop would be really good. So we could start getting clothes, cloaks, and gambesons. Gambons? I think that's a form of armor. But yeah, why don't we get a couple blacksmiths? Let's get one here, and then we can get one right here as well. So that will allow us to build sidearms and spears. And then maybe in this one we can get a tailor's workshop. And then over here, what do we think? Maybe another tailor's workshop. So that'll be good. That'll give us a few solid buildings. That actually did just remove all of our people, because I forgot that when you turn people into artisans, they just kind of stop. They stop being normal workers. So why don't we add a road in here? And I think we'll add just kind of a line of houses right back here. So let's see, that's a ton. That's 2, 4, 6, that's 8 houses. Maybe we'll lower that down a little bit. We'll build like, so what is that, 7? That's a lot of houses. And of course, we've got no one who can build right now. So let's find. I might remove that family from the iron mine. Don't really think we need iron right now. And that actually didn't give us a family for construction. So where could we get a family for construction? I don't really want to pull from the woodcutters area. Foresters, I do really want the foresters operational. Don't think we have anybody in livestock. You know what? Considering it's winter, why don't we remove... Oh, wow. Let's remove a ton of families from there so that we can at least start building some stuff. These are done. It looks like this tailor shop is also done. Now, in order to get the tailor shops working, so if we go into our little help menu here, and we find, let's find like, I don't know, cloaks. So cloaks take yarn, which we do have, but it also takes dye. And they're made in tailor's workshops. So we're gonna need dye. So let's, there we go. Let's get a dyer's workshop, which turns berries into dye. Now, luckily we have so many berries that this shouldn't be an issue. And then let's go ahead and put that there. Because if we look at our goods here, we've got 350 berries. So many berries. We could definitely turn a bunch of these into dye. I think that would be totally acceptable. But okay, let's go into triple speed here just for a little bit. Let some of this stuff build up as we kind of start thinking about some of the other stuff that we want to do. I really want to try and get this farming up and running. It's not the best farm field, but it's kind of what we've got right now. And I do think that if we really load up this area with farming families, that I think we could get decent yields out of it. Not the best, but, you know, halfway decent yields, which I think would be good. And then this logging camp down here, man, they've really cleared out this area. I wonder if I should move it. Maybe more like over here so we can get some more timber in. But right now we're doing okay for timber. And hopefully these areas should be fine now that they have the forester huts up and running. Planting more trees. So you can kind of see that some of this area is being reforested, which is good. And now, let's see. So blacksmiths. Oh, okay. So this is how I can choose. I wonder if I go in here, is this how I choose? Yeah. So gambesons. What are those? If I go into army. So that's actually not a resource here. That's actually not a resource here. So it makes me wonder. Why don't we get another spear unit while we're at it? It does decrease the numbers for each, but I think that should be fine. I wonder if those are just a clothing item. In which case we could make them because they only cost 2 linen, and we have linen. Let's see, do we have another tailor's? Yeah, so we'll make this one on the gambesons. And then if we come over here, what do we want this guy to make? So I think we should make some tools. And in this one, we will make spears. And then we're also going to need a joiner's shop to be able to make shields. And I just did it again. I turned another family into artisans without thinking about the fact that we need them for building things. But at least we got a lot of these houses built, which will be good. So that should allow our population to continue to grow. Because we do have vacant houses. Because we could fit 59, almost 60. And we've got 28, 38, 44, 54. So we can fit like 6 more families with the housing that we have. So Working area is empty. It most certainly is not. Just gonna set that work area. That seemed to fix it. Okay, but now we need some farmers. Let's add another family in. I know that that takes away our building, but I really want to get a bunch of farmers down here working, because this is going to be wheat, and I really want to get this stuff sowed so that we can actually get a harvest. We've got barley, but you know, that's not the it's not the best. We really need some more families coming in, and we still have room for them. But anyway, this joiner, I want them to be making large shields, not the small shields. What uses the small shields? Nope, these don't use small shields. Do these use small shields? Yes. These use small shields and swords. Militia footmen. All right, that's not what we want for now. We want spear militia for the win. Speaking of spear militia, let's see. So we now have 2 regions. We have Imenruth and Nuslo. Are there any bandits around that we can deal with? No, there aren't, but we'll likely end up going to war with the Baron over a region here in the relatively near future, I would imagine. And wow, we are completely out of money. Huh. Excellent. Okay, so more stuff in the industry. We need a bloomery to be able to turn our iron that we mine into iron bars. So we're going to need a bloomery for sure. We're also going to need to get a family back in the iron mine so that we can actually do productive things with said iron. And there we go. We're starting to get a couple families in. So why don't we get another family back in here, back in the mining pit. And then we could honestly demolish this mining pit. It's not useful anymore. And our charcoal is increasing, which is very good. And we are kind of bouncing back and forth with our money, because we are selling some stuff. Let's see, what are we selling? We're selling shoes, although we're pretty much at our base now. We are selling bows, and then we could probably start selling shields, both small and large. That would probably be good. So why don't we swap over the large shields now that we are... And we'll just keep an excess of 10. I think that would be good. And then are we making spears? We're not yet. But I'm going to swap this over to export anyway. Just because we are going to start to make shields at some point. And let's get this bloomery done. Wow, we've got raiders, it looks like. Let's get another family in here on farming. I think that would be good. We've got some raiders coming in, so I think we will immediately muster all of these. And then let's kind of spin this around here. Let's see where these raiders are going. Looks like they're coming over here. So let's kind of zoom in a little bit. Let's grab both of these spearmen. And we will set them up like this, and then maybe put the archers right behind. And let's make sure both of these are on stand your ground. I think that'll be good. And it actually looks like one of these units is diverging a little bit. So we'll have to keep an eye on them. I don't want them to go completely crazy. Yeah, so where are they going? I might just angle these archers a little bit to try and deal with them. Our spears should be able to handle them fairly well. But let's see if our archers can deal with these guys. I'm really worried that these guys are going to rip through my archers pretty fast. Yeah, they are ripping through the archers very fast. So let's get this spear unit to push forward. Probably do that with both of those. Let's get this spear unit like this. We did lose a spearman. Let's get both of these guys to turn around. Oh man, the archers have been just decimated, but luckily the spears have turned around, and they should be able to deal with them pretty well. I'm going to disband the archers just because they are really struggling. And there we go. Now we can disband all of them, and look at how much influence that gave us. So we now have 2,000 influence. But that did take a pretty massive toll on our people. We did lose quite a few of our soldiers, which is not super ideal. And man, we have so many warbows. 175. So the global market supply is oversupplied. Prices are lower than usual. Honestly, I don't really care. We have so many that just sell them. Sell them. I don't know. Does that decrease the frequency with which they're purchased? I do not know. But I guess we'll figure it out. Let's go ahead and add a few more houses in here. Maybe not that many, maybe 4 more. And then maybe like 2 more right here. Really lower that density as we get further away. Because I think that'll be good. Okay, so let's see. Are we producing things? What do these guys have in storage? Oh yeah, they're waiting on the dye. I don't think I have family in there. So let's get a family in the dyer's workshop to at least start working on the dye so we can start producing some clothing. And I do really think that we need more farmers in here. What I probably would want is the plowing station, but I don't think that this is the region that we want it in. Why don't I take one family out of this logging camp so we can get another family farming. That should help. I mean, that's 5 families now. We'll just have to see, you know? We'll just have to see how that works. It just doesn't look like there are a lot of people down there working, so maybe some of them were the soldiers. It's entirely possible. Family members join the settlement. Oh yeah, we're getting lots of family members joining. Okay, but we're getting more iron ore. We don't have anyone in the bloomery yet, mainly because we don't have enough people to operate the bloomery. There we go. We got another family. So let's get a family in here. That way we can start making some spears. And I think that that'll be good. Essentially what I'm trying to do is I want to eliminate all of our import. Like we're importing bread just because there's no way that we're going to be able to make enough, especially with our terrible crop yields. What else are we importing? We're importing ale. Similarly, terrible crop yields. It's going to be really hard to support ale. And then weapons. Unfortunately, the spears are going to be limited just because we don't have an unlimited iron supply. So we'll kind of deal with the spears as we go. But we're back up to three full companies of soldiers. And are there any bandits around that we could go deal with? No. Unfortunately, there are not. That's okay, though. All right, so one thing that I would love to do is I would love to get another little town set up over here. So let's check out the fertility. Are we going to be doing any farming over here? There's some decent farming kind of in this area. Not the best, but it's decent. But honestly, I think like this kind of area right here is a pretty good, it's kind of as good a spot as any, you know? So if we go into, I think it's here, Settlers Camp. Oh, do I need 250 personal gold for that? I think I need personal gold for that. So in that case, why don't we set up a manor? I think it is time for a nice manor. And let's kind of see, do we have a good spot for this? It kind of looks like the highest ground is like right about here. So why don't we get this manor in? And this brings up the castle planner, which is a really interesting, it's actually really cool. So you can essentially place these buildings. So like tax office, this is cosmetic. So maybe we'll just add a tax office right there just because it kind of looks nice. And then the garrison tower increases the retinue size by 12. Limit 1 per region. We could put that actually on we could attach it to our manor. So why don't we get one of those? And you can see how many resources it's going to cost. Pretty decent amount, but not horrible. Walls and gates. Gates are created automatically when a wall is placed over a road. And then outer towers. Outer towers, I believe these will snap onto walls. So why don't we commit to that? We'll start building that. And then we can go ahead and kind of branch a road off of here. And then maybe just connect this road back up here. I think that'll be nice. And then once this is built, we can go back into the castle manager. We can put up maybe a little wall. But the manor is super interesting. The manor is going to allow us, and we don't have the retinue yet. One, it's going to give us a retinue, which is essentially like heavily armored foot soldiers. So they wear plate armor, swords and shields. They're really good. Limited in quantity. They're kind of like the Lord's personal guard, if you want to think about it like that. But it's also going to allow us to tax the region, which is not super valuable right now, just because we're a very poor region. We need to earn some more money, which is why I would love to get some exports going. I just don't have a ton of good resources to export. Like berries, I mean, it's not really a good thing to export. Anything in here? No. I mean, leather. I don't really want to export leather, though. How much leather do we have? Yeah, we've got 1. 2. Not a ton. In the commodities, there are some good resources in here to export, but again, nothing that, I mean, cloaks, like, sure, cloaks would be nice if we can get to the point where we have an excess of cloaks. Shoes are good, although critically oversupplied, so prices are low. No foreign exports. Ale would be really good, especially right now with it being very undersupplied, but we're not producing ale. Clothes, candles, spears would be good, especially right now because they're undersupplied. Warbows are terrible. They're not even exporting them right now. Yeah, so getting money is going to be kind of tough in this region. We don't have a ton of great exportable items. That being said, though, we do have a lot of income from our little buildings, especially if we were to upgrade a bunch of these to level 2s so that they actually start to earn resources. And this one actually is missing a requirement. What is it missing? Food. A food stall. Yeah, I'm sure it'll be fine. But that'll give us a decent amount of gold. That's another 8-ish gold. And I want to say, yeah, that's every month. Generates 1 regional wealth per family per month. Yeah. So we just need that to fill. We just need it to fill its 2 types of food being supplied in the market in order to get that one up and running. But let's see how they're doing down here with the farming. So it's August. So crops grow. Yeah, we're not even done with the plowing yet. On either of these fields, we need more farmers. For sure. Oh, and I forgot that I queued. Oh, I've got a ton of stuff queued up. A ton of stuff. With only 1 family building. It's gonna take a while. Yep. Well, it's just kind of the way it goes, you know? Those of you who have seen me play any game, really, but, you know, like, those of you who've seen me play, like, Timberborn, for instance, know that I queue up a lot of stuff. It's just kind of the way... it's just the way I play games. Man, tons of shields. Spears are slowly getting there, but shields... Could I get another spear unit? I could. And they're already almost full, too. Yeah, might as well. I'm not sure about the archers. I feel like you just need tons, just an absolute enormous amount of archers to be effective. So maybe I should actually get another unit of archers. So now I've got 2 archers, 2 shields, and we'll see how effective those are. Yeah, see, they haven't even planted yet. Because sowing, according to the calendar, these should have already been planted by now. Or I guess they could be planted now and grow next year. Will that work? I have no idea. Where are all these people? They're all over the place. They're not down here working. Even though I have a storage, and it's got a large shield in it, and a bow. Oh boy. Okay, so now what happened to this? Why did it lose all of its... They're plowing again. And this one... Oh, I see. They're plowing for the next year. Ah. Well, I'd rather grow wheat than barley. Especially considering the yields. This is going to give me a 33%. This one's only 11%. This one's going to be fallow. Oh boy. That's okay. That's okay. We're figuring it out as we go. Figuring it out as we go. Requirements still not met. Yeah, I know. I would love to get some of these houses built. Let's go highest priority on both of those. And then these will both be very high. And then these 2 will just be high. So we can hopefully get some of these houses built. I don't really know what else we have queued up, but I would like to get some more families because we're still doing okay. We're still doing just fine on, you know, food and fuel. But I do think that it would be beneficial to get a little bit more population, especially because if we get just 4 more of the level 3 burgages, we should be kind of okay. I do want some bandits to fight because I really want to get some wealth, some personal wealth. I'm gonna put this one on high as well. Does this have all the resources that it needs? No, it still needs 1 plank and then all the stone. But we did get another family, so at least now we're starting to build at a little bit better rate. And then these 2 houses can actually add another another living facility. So like this one, we can add another building space. Same with this one, once it's actually done being built. Let's see, any minute now, there we go. So let's add another living space. So these are now going to be doubles. And they'll be on a high priority. And has this started to get the resources it needs? No. The resources do exist, but there we go. Starting to get the stone. It's got everything else it needs. Do we have dye? We don't have dye. But we are making cloaks, which means dye does exist. I wonder if I switch it over like this. Yeah, we do have some dye. And we've got a ton of sheep. Ton of wool, ton of yarn. But again, just those aren't super enticing export options, really. All right, so I think we're gonna demolish this logging camp and then maybe move it like right here. And at least they're starting to plow over here. I know that we got some resources because we've got 10 barley. So like 10 barley didn't just show up out of nowhere. Okay, and we unlocked policies. Strict fasting, hunting grounds. Wild animals on rich deposits breed twice as fast. Or we can go with strict fasting. I don't love either of those. Because this one reduces crop yields by 50%. Yeah, those are just not that good, if I'm being honest. The give and take is just not, it's not quite there. And I think for the first time, I'm just going to use this. I'm just going to see like, so it doesn't remove trees, it just removes shrubs. So my manor is just tucked. Do I have a tree growing through my tax office? I do. I do. Let's open the castle planner. Let's see if I were to be able to build a little gated area. Oh, and the walls curve. So this is all the Lords area. And that's gonna cost 56 planks. We only have, what, 14? Oh boy. Yeah, let's not do that right now. But at least we have a manor. Manors are good. And we can go into taxes now, and we could do a land tax, so we could collect money from the regional wealth. We could also do a tithe, so a percentage of surplus food is given to the church. And I get influence for that. I don't really want to do the tithe, because I don't want to, our food is not, it's not bad, but it's not exceptional. Maybe I'll just do just a little 10% land tax. So it'll come right out of this. And I wonder if that's every month. So if we go into our taxes, land tax. Doesn't say, but I think, oh yeah, monthly. Look at that. I can, in fact, read the rumors were not true. Yes, I know, your working area is empty. It's because it's the middle of the winter. But okay, so what did we say that this requires in order to do a settlers camp? 250 gold. So we do not yet have enough gold to be able to make that work. 2 of a ton of warbows. Something tells me they're just done trading with the warbows. Yeah, completely done. Oh, that's frustrating. I wish I had other good resources to trade. But I don't, because that's our only source of money right now. At least for the time being. Is exporting things What else? I think the only other thing that we're really exporting is, yeah, some spears. Shields we're exporting. Shoes we are exporting. Nothing from in here. We're importing bread. Yeah. Not the best. It does not look like we're going to have much money to tax, which is not the best news in the world, but not the worst. Not the worst news ever. Not the best news, but not the worst. And look at that. Now we have our retinue. And so let's see. So this is 5 out of 24. Is that because they don't have the resources that they need? Doesn't tell me. Yeah. I don't know. But we only have 5. I assume that they need like all top of the line resources. Plate armor, shields, swords, all that stuff. But I do think that we're getting to the point where we could think about a little combat to claim another region from the Baron. Probably one of these 3. Probably whichever one, honestly, has the best farming fertility. Yeah, this one. No question. This is going to be just an absolute farming hub. So this will be the one that we go to war over. Probably in the next episode. Because our little town is actually coming along quite well. Pretty much the only money that we're getting right now is from the income from these houses, which is not the best. Let's get another level 2. And maybe another level 2. And another one. If we can afford it. That'll just be a little bit more income. Do I need a family in the church? Sure. And we can ring the church bell. Look at that. All right, I've got 5 excess families. I think I'm just gonna fill up this farmhouse. We do have barley. Not enough to really make it worthwhile to open up this malt house, though. And then maybe we'll get a family in this logging camp. Think that would be good. I do think that that would be good. We got another family moved in, which is good.
Come on.
Hopefully we can get some of these houses built. And how's our fuel doing? I think the charcoal is helping. I think it's definitely helping. It is eating up a ton of families. We do have 3 families in here, but I do think that the charcoal is helping. Okay, so guys, I think that's going to bring us to the end of this episode. If you guys enjoyed this episode, definitely consider subscribing so you can stay up to date on this series, as well as some of the other ones that I tend to do. And consider leaving a like and a comment. I love getting the comments. I really appreciate them. They're super helpful. You know, I'm learning this game as we go. I'm sure a lot of you guys know way more about it than I do. I think our little town of Immenruth is coming along really well, and we're just about ready to probably do a little war in the next episode and go after the Baron. Not sure how long this series is going to last. Again, it's early access, so it's a fairly limited game. But I'm having a great time. I hope you guys are enjoying watching it, and I will see you guys in the next episode. So until then, have a great day. Thanks. Bye.